Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. This one from 48 yards away. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So, of course, they wanted to find the end zone, but when you go on the road and your first drive results in points, I think you're pretty happy.
You have to be, because you've taken it to the home team in this case. And while you may not have shut up the home crowd, you've quieted them down a little bit. Good way to start.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they're led out by a guy who learned from one of the great ones in his first few years in Tom Brady. This is Jimmy Garoppolo.
When you're a backup to one of the all-time great players, if you don't spend time picking that guy's brain or just watching and observing how he does things to increase your game, then you've wasted that time. I don't think Jimmy Garoppolo is that type of a player. I think those lessons learned have a chance to transmit themselves very well.
Garoppolo on first down. To the right side, caught by Saleh. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. And the big boys up front in the trenches. What do you think of the O-line, Charles?
I love them because this is a group that's so cohesive. They know what the man next to them is going to do at all times, and they operate as a terrific unit.
Now let's go. Leopard.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. And Saleh here, left side. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. All right, now look at 56.
Here's Garoppolo on first and 10. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
And on second and 10 now. Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Complete here. It's high. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Garoppolo to throw on 3rd and 1. And he fires one, but incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Thermal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. It's Garoppolo. And it's caught by Saleh. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. It'll be a gain of 9, and they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit. Detroit's in there. Barney. Barney.
On second down, Hyde. Hyde a first down and more. The 20. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
I'm still an old-school football guy, and anytime you see a big-time running play, that fires me up. And if I'm on offense right now, in the position they're in now, inside the 10-yard line, I think after the way they've run it, they've set themselves up for a good play-action pass opportunity right here.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score, and they'll come up looking to keep this drive moving. Second down, here's Garoppolo. Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Here's the offense for Philadelphia. We were discussing it a little bit earlier when Carson Wentz came out for the first time, but over 400 yards of offense last week against Denver.
Yeah, and they were pretty balanced in doing it because Jay Ajayi, who they just acquired from the Miami Dolphins, they got him right into the lineup, didn't they? 77 yards and a touchdown, only 8 carries to get that done. So their ability to run the ball, Wentz's ability to throw the ball, I'd hate to have to game plan for them on defense.
And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
Well, forget about finding a lane there. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Probably fortunate he was able to hold on to the football.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Well, as an offense, some drives you have it, some drives you don't, and this one looks like you don't.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I mean, it was third and long. It was screaming for a pass. I think they tried to outguess him there with the running play. They didn't fool him at all.
Went in the wrong direction. Here's Donnie Jones now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there. Taking on the midfield logo. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Well, before the 49ers start this next drive, 0-9 right now. They do host the Giants this coming week, so throw the stat sheets out the window there.
Can we still put a stat in there? Because hosting the Giants, they're combined 1-16 between the Giants and San Francisco. So if not them, I don't know who they beat.
Yeah, because after the Giants, Seahawks, and the Bears, they do have the Texans without Deshaun Watson coming up, but it should be an interesting game to see who can win.
I still say that they do not go 0-16 for the season. They will find that win somewhere.
I'm with you. I'm on that bandwagon. A gain of 6 there on first.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. No. Check. Patriot. All right, now, lucky 56. 39. Lucky 56. 39. No. Check. Patriot. Gone. All right, now, look at Detroit. Leopard.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Set. 3-19. Gone. Let's go. Leopard. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Hurry up. Here we go. Blue. Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a second down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here we go now. 3-19. No. Check. Patriot.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And this is Selleck here with the grab. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. So the offense has it 1st and 10. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, we'll send you to Orlando and Larry Ridley as he'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. But no touchdown. These guys need to give Larry some touchdowns to talk about.
Things are too easy for him right now back in the studio. Come on, guys. Help the man out. Give him something to talk about.
Here we go now. Blue line. Detroit.
On first down, Garoppolo. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to... keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Now, let's go. Green, Leopard. Gone.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And this one's incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
Watching that, Marty.
throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This defense is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
No. Check. Patriot.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And able to find Garcon. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Jimmy Garoppolo, the starter here, finally lured away from the Patriots. What are some things you like about JG?
Well, I love his makeup, meaning obviously he's got some physical ability. He can throw the football, but he's mentally tough as well. And he developed while he was there in New England. They actually trained him to be a starter, even though he wasn't getting any type of snaps. And this guy adapts and thrives with the ability to play against pressure.
3 yards is the gain that time, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Hyde. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Carlos Hyde punching it in from a yard away. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Carlos Hyde touchdown run. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Well, let's go league-wide before this next drive starts. Last week, we discussed some of the trades that happened. Jay Ajayi did look pretty good in a Philly uniform, long touchdown run.
Boy, they really made a great deal to get him, and now they compare him with LeGarrette Blount, and you kind of got a thunder-lightning type thing. And Ajayi showed some lightning against Denver. But how about this? Kelvin Benjamin went, but on a Thursday night game, not enough time to get him ready to play for his new team in Buffalo. Jimmy Garoppolo did not play with San Francisco. We'll find out when they both will get on the field. And how about the Saints and the Cardinals? Because remember, the Adrian Peterson trade, I think it benefited both teams.
Yeah, AP went over 100 yards. Kamara and Ingram, they've really settled in as well.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
Here's Foles. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Foles. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Foles. Ertz has it left side. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. He connected on his first, this from 41. And Elliott puts this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So a field goal here, they're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good, because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute.
And never mind, Larry. These two teams apparently anxious to get back at it. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace, because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Give him 6 on the play, and it'll make it second down.
In today's NFL, it might have surprised some people, but San Francisco was really, really hot to pick up Kyle Juszczyk from Baltimore, and they acquired him. Why? He can do everything. Block it? Yeah, of course he can. But he can catch the ball well out of the backfield, too.
Led all fullbacks in receptions the last 2 years, and played in his first Pro Bowl a season ago. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Calling a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running essentially being a receiver downfield.
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be second and about a yard to go for the first.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
Green 39, green 39. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Time running out here on the play
Here
clock.
we go. 3:19.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Second down and just one. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
All right, here we go. No. Check. Patriot. Gun. Detroit.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's going to be shoved down pretty hard. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it a second down. Second down and 4.
Leopard. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go now. Over.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 3 on the play, and it'll be third down. We're still in search of the first down after that last completion.
Detroit. Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Over the middle to Garcon. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun.
Garoppolo on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll bring up a second down. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards.
All right, here we go. Detroit.
Garoppolo again. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
Pass complete, but no gain.
No yards.
Yeah.
So you file that as unsuccessful.
Yeah, you do, don't you? Except on the stats, throwing the ball.
Get a completion.
You get a catch.
Yeah.
But still,
no
yardage. Okay.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Watch it now, Barney.
Again, they'll throw with Garoppolo. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. First possession in the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool. Instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Really nice starting field position here for the offensive unit. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Here comes the D swarming to the line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Completes it to Ajayi. And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read. Better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He loses 4, and it brings up 4.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. And the kick by Elliott is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front, but then you take one look across the field and see that offense is raring to come back out, and you think, I don't know that field goals are going to be enough to get us home.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Brandon Graham in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Scoring has really been at a premium. And, Charles, you got to tip your cap to this defense coming in here. Their offense, too, but this whole team coming in here on the road, getting a hard-fought win.
I think the way that they're finishing this one up, an exclamation point on a terrific game. As you noted, hard for them to put points on the board, and they hold them down one more time and finalize things.
This is Ajayi, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4, and that's going to make it 2nd and 14. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
The veteran Brent Selleck, the one he was looking for, and it's 3rd down.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, and that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and that is incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this won't get there, won't be on line either. It's no good, off to the right, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Hurry up, here we go. Detroit! Detroit! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Hurry up, here we go. Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Leopard! Leopard! Here we go now. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Over. Now, let's go. Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Back 99 Philly. Here we go. Detroit! Detroit!
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. And a nice gain of 21 yards. Well, I guess at the very least, they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Back to throw. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
He'll look to throw. Out to the flat for Hyde. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and goal.
No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Set! Leopard! Leopard! Set! Blue landed! No, check. Patriot! Patriot! Back 99 Philly, here we go!
They'll look to throw. And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin from 6 yards away. And the 49ers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
That time a 6-play drive, and it's polished off by a touchdown for San Francisco. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Akello Witherspoon. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back.
All right, here we go.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out. Onto the field for the defense.
No, check, Patriot! Set, blue 90! Go! Watch it now, Barney! No, check, Patriot! Back 99, Philly, here we go! Over! Let's go! Back 99, Philly, here we go!
Garoppolo to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll lead here to a third down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Here we go. Gone. All right, now, lucky 56.
To throw is Garoppolo. Able to shake him off. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
That's a first down if he holds on, but you saw the contact, able to jar it free from him and force a fourth down.
Great play defensively there, as you said, just a... It free, because if he had caught that, past the sticks, first down. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. This will be caught inside the 10. We'll have the first down.